Hiya! So in today's video I'm going to be doing a very short, quick little review of a graphic novel which I recently read called The Sad Ghost Club. You Find Your Kindred Spirits, and it's by Lisa Mendings. And I'd seen this book in Waterstones. Well, I'd seen the second one because I think this is a series, and I'd seen this like illustrated ghost on a couple of graphic novels in Waterstones, but when I picked them up they weren't the first in the series, and I think this is the first one, although I don't think you have to read them like in any kind of order. But as you'll see in my last book haul, I went a little bit crazy with my book buying recently. I've done some online orders, I did some book shopping from some of my favourite bookshops, and I went into Waterstones and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to buy the books that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. And I found some really good ones and I added this one to the pile because, like I said, I think this is the first one out of this kind of series of graphic novels by this author. And yeah, it just looked really sweet. The art style caught my eye. I'm a big fan of the graphic novel Sheets, which I have reviewed on this channel. I have the first and second graphic novel of Sheets, which is about a little ghost who befriends like this girl, and I have reviews up, and there's a third one coming out which I'm hoping to get soon. Yeah, basically any graphic novel about ghosts, surrounding ghosts, stories about ghosts, or anything paranormal, I'm pretty much going to pick up. I thought the illustrations were really cute, and it's just a story about a little lonely ghost. So this is the back, and yeah, it was just a really cute story, The Sad Ghost Club. The illustrations are in black and white, which really suited the story, and it's basically about this little ghost who you're not really sure if they're actually a ghost. I mean, it's like a person dressed up as a ghost, and I think it's supposed to be like metaphorical. This person feels like a ghost, kind of like a little nobody who is just unseen throughout their life, and they get invited to a party and they decide to go to the party and yeah, see what happens there with their friends. And it's just, yeah, a really sweet story about a sad little ghost who is trying to find a kindred spirit. And I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really accurate when depicting like anxiety around going out leaving your house and having to talk to other people, how you know, people with anxiety tend to overthink everything, overthink interactions, overthink conversations you have with people, thinking about all the different scenarios that could happen before you even get to a situation. Yeah, I thought that was really accurately depicted within this book, and it was just a really sweet story about, you know, two kindred spirits finding each other. And yeah, it was just a really nice story about loneliness, and it had a little bit about depression in there. I think this would be a really nice book, or really nice graphic novel to pick up a young teenager, maybe who is struggling in school with social interactions or has difficulty making friends. I think this would be a really nice graphic novel to give someone. I would have loved this when I was a teenager. I'm an adult, I'm a 32-year-old now, and I love it. I will definitely be picking up more of these graphic novels when I see them, because like I said, I believe this is the first one, and I've seen a couple others in Waterstones floating around, so I'll definitely pick up more by this author when I see them. It was just really nice. It also does kind of leave a little note at the back where I believe there's a website. I haven't gone on it yet, but I believe there is actually a website you can go on, which is like the Lonely Ghost Book Club, where you can talk to other lonely ghosts. I also really loved the fact that in the back of this graphic novel, it has resources. So it has different organisations where if you are struggling with depression or anxiety, you can contact these organisations. It has like a switchboard, it has like a free texting service, Sane Line, Samaritans, Nightline, Mind, which is a mental health organisation in the UK, Childline, and Anxiety UK. So it has a couple of resources where if you are really struggling with your mental health and you need to talk to someone anonymously, you know, someone who's not in your family or friend group, then those are some resources you could go to. This is the author. She lives in Bristol, so she's a UK author, and it says here she works for a studio design company, and she works on comics trying to raise positive awareness of the difficulty of mental health and how it affects us. And yeah, I think this book did a really good job at doing that. I would, like I said, highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I love the art style. I read it all in one sitting. I was having kind of an off day, and I was looking at this big stack of books, of new books that I bought that I really wanted to read, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick this up and read through it. I was having a tough day, and this just kind of took me out of my day, and I got really absorbed into it. I really enjoyed it. I probably read it within like maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really good book, or good graphic novel, about anxieties and mental health. So I would highly recommend this to younger teens and adults, because like I said, I'm an adult and I enjoyed it, but I do think teenagers or teenage reader, young adult reader would really appreciate this. I think this would make a nice gift for someone who may be struggling with their mental health, just to show that they're not alone. There are other people who feel the same and overthink the same as you and have bad days the same as you, and yeah, you will eventually find your kindred spirit, and don't feel bad about talking about these things. So yeah, really highly recommend. I really enjoyed this little graphic novel and would hope to pick up more in the future. So that's everything I have to say about the Sad Ghost Club. Are you going to be picking up this graphic novel? What are your thoughts on it? Have you read it? Did you enjoy it? Let me know down below. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Also, do you have any recommendations for me? Because I'm always on the lookout for new books. Specifically, like, I really like the idea of a graphic novel that talks about mental health. So if anyone has any recommendations around graphic novels which depict, you know, anxiety or depression topics, I would be really interested in that, because sometimes when you're in that kind of headspace, like self-help books and full-on books can be helpful. I might do a video on books that I've read that have helped me throughout my tough mental health times, or books that I frequently go back to when I'm having a tough mental health time. But yeah, if anyone has any more graphic novel recommendations, that would be really great, because sometimes you just want to read something that's a bit simpler, a bit lighter. I feel like graphic novels are easier to just pick up and flick through when you're not in a great headspace. So yeah, leave me any recommendations you might have. But yeah, that's all I have to say, and as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye guys.